So, guys, keep in mind that I don't really like talking about this stuff every day. Obviously, I can't wait till it's over because how you supposed to move on if you have to stay stuck on talking about things that you're trying to move on from? It's kind of an oxymoron. Move on, heal, all this stuff. But how are you supposed to do that when people keep reminding you of what's going on, and not just in my personal life, in the world? Kind of hard to heal. It's like somebody. It's like having a band-aid on a sore, and you playing a game of football and that band-aid falls off, and then somebody hits the sore again. Then you got somebody talking about heal. Well, how you supposed to heal unless you get off the damn field and go heal? I'm still on the field. But anyway, I'm quite sure that this wicked so-called mother was poisoning my animals. Let me give y'all a story. I had once upon a time I had a Siberian Husky mixed with a German Shepherd, and keep in mind that this monster that calls herself a mother doesn't like animals at all. And I mean, you gotta be of the devil to not like animals. Like, serious business. You gotta be straight from the devil. Somehow it was somebody convinced, but maybe it was all planned. Somebody convinced somebody to go ahead and get me a dog from the shelter. So I guess maybe I'll quit, because I grew up in a house by myself, and I had to deal with these monsters and this wicked church crew and all this stuff. So maybe they just went ahead and got me a dog to shut me up. So, as a little boy, you growing up, you're 11 years old. If you don't have brothers and sisters, you're playing rough with the dog and all this stuff, and it's just a lot of fun. Stuff. But one time this dog jumped over a gate and bit this girl on the ankle. And the police was called. Police came to the house. And I don't know, somehow, I don't know what happened after that, but I will tell y'all what happened when they went to go get the dog, to take the dog back to the shelter because of what the incident that had happened with the dog biting that girl. Okay? Now, my last memory of this dog was that its face was I had never seen a face like that. I didn't know what had happened, but as they were taking the dog back to the shelter, and I'm just ready to burst out tears, I got one look at the dog, and the face was all, somebody poisoned that dog. The face was all swollen. The dog face was so swollen, the dog was unrecognizable. And that was the last image as an 11-year-old boy of that dog that I got as they was taking it away from me. So not only was I dealing with the pain of losing my best friend, that was this dog, I saw its face swollen up like that, and it's a haunting image that remains in my mind. And let me tell you, I never cried that hard in my whole life, and I don't think I ever will, not even for a human being, because it was traumatizing. So I know this monster poisoned that dog. You got to be of the devil to hate animals, man. I don't give a fuck. You got to be straight from Satan to hate animals. You got to be. There's no way. And who knows whether they really took the dog back to the shelter. Maybe they sacrificed the dog. Who knows? Nevertheless, you can imagine as an 11-year-old, I knew it was my fault. I felt like it was my fault that this had happened to that dog. So you can imagine how hard I was crying as they took the dog back away from me, and I was left in the house alone. Because a lot of times I was left alone growing up as a boy, you know what I'm saying? And you can imagine how hard I cried. I'll never forget it. I have never cried that hard in my life, and I don't think I ever will. So I hear people talking about funerals and stuff like that. Let me tell y'all something. I'd rather go to a funeral of a goddamn cat than a human being at this point. Yes, somebody thinks I'm a people pleaser out there. That doesn't sound like somebody who likes to people please make a statement. I'm not going to no funerals of no monsters. You can forget about that. It's not happening. I'd rather go to a funeral of a goddamn cat. Maybe even a rat. I mean, just horrible, you know? Just horrible. Then I remember I had a cat. It was a cat in the neighborhood that I used to like to, feed and be nice to. And once again, this cat, next thing I know, it started losing hair, started looking sick. Somebody was poisoning that cat. You see, guys? I see some of you readers talking about, all this stuff, whether it's about me or other things happening with other individuals. I hear readers, the stuff that y'all got to talk about on a daily basis, and I actually feel sorry for y'all. I don't understand how people are supposed to be at peace or heal and all this stuff when you got to constantly keep opening up that wound. Doesn't really make sense to me. But I see how much these women who I wish could be like in a better place other than sitting on their ass behind some computer screen talking about some bullshit that don't have nothing to do with them. That bothers me. But it also is a strength that keeps me going on. And even going on YouTube, guys, I have thought a whole bunch of times of not even making YouTube videos anymore. And the only thing that keeps me making YouTube videos is seeing these women that have to keep talking about this situation. So I would feel like a little bitch if I just sat up here and, blocked out all and stopped talking. I wouldn't feel right doing it. So it's like the women is what's keeping me going. Because as a man, I don't like to be in my emotions every day. I just want to do my job and be left the fuck alone. You know what I mean? I don't like to be in my emotions all the time. So that's what keeps me from not going off YouTube. Not the fact that I like to show y'all my cute face or whatever the fuck. Just, because I don't get paid. And as I said before, the world needs me. I don't need the world. I don't get paid for coming on here and talking to y'all about this stuff. I don't get paid for it. So the women is the only thing that's keeping me going. Believe it or not. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and tell y'all that, man. But man, anybody that hate animals is a goddamn devil, is a demon, for real. It's no joke.